one at Pilot Expo 2026 in Brussels, Belgium, and I'm here joined by Francis, Director of Nobox. So can you tell us a little bit more about Nobox?
I suppose Nobox is an aviation recruitment business. We specialise in helping airlines find pilots, cabin crew and engineers. We have other companies within our organisation that specialise in specific parts of aviation, such as airline flight academy, pilot training, and crewing. We do a lot of cabin crew training. Nobox really is more focused on the recruitment as opposed to the training.
Okay. And would you say maybe that's something that differentiates you from other businesses that are quite...
Yeah, well, I suppose in terms of scale, we have a lot of people because of the combined organisation. And we have a training wing to it as well, which is not something that most people have. And we have a full 6 simulator training centre that we run as well.
Perfect. And I guess I just want to know a bit more about what's brought you to Pilot Expo this year.
I suppose Pilot Expo has been building over the years. Igmar and the team have done a great job in getting a lot of people here. It's a hell of a lot busier than it would have been a couple of years ago. And it is really the premier event now for pilot recruitment in Europe. So, from a brand point of view, it's great to be associated with such a great event. And it gives us a chance to interact with people on the ground, as opposed to Teams calls and on the phone and email. So it's great to meet people face to face.
So obviously it's perfect for visibility, and you have your stand here. People could just come and talk to you a little bit more about what I'm doing now, what you do.
Yeah, it's a very busy, a lot of career advice given out to young people as well. There's a very strong emphasis here towards cadet pilots. There's a big part of this is also the training side. So, people will come and ask specifically, what do I need to do to get into aviation? What are the type ratings? What are the positions available? What are airlines looking for? And we're happy to share all that information as much as we can with people, even if they're not suitable for the jobs that we have at the moment.
So you're always obviously open to help whoever.
Yeah, we like to help. We like to be we see ourselves as partners with the airline, but we also partner with people's careers as well. And just because they're not ready to take one of the experience roles we have at the moment, they may in a couple of years' time. So if we can help them on the way towards getting towards where they need to be, we're happy to.
Perfect. And I guess if you had to maybe pick one thing, what's one piece of really valuable advice you'd give to anyone that's interested in?
I suppose aviation is either in the blood or it isn't. And most people are very passionate about it, and it's about focusing on what you're doing. I just gave a talk there at one of the information sessions. We were talking about the problems that people have applying for jobs and what's the common ways around it. But you need to be well informed as to what you're doing. Put your best foot forward, and as I said in my session, look at the minimum requirements for the job that you're looking for.
Yeah.
And you need to make sure that your CV shows that you've meted and ideally exceeded the minimum qualifications. Because a nice CV that talks about your world achievement is great when you get to the interview stage. But if at the initial step, if they can't see that you meet the minimum requirements, they won't take it further. So it's important that you can show that you meet the minimum requirements on any CV since now. And please adapt your CV to every year. This is not a situation where you're going around to any business and handing the same CV. Each time that you're applying for a job, look at the minimum requirements, and if you think that you can tweak your CV very slightly to show yourself in a better light, that's what you need to do.
What types of candidates would you say you're actively recruiting for at the moment?
Most of what we're acting for is where the real shortage is at the moment. So that's experienced pilots. So you're talking first officers maybe 500 hours of flying in a heavy aircraft, and captains. That's the majority of what we do. We do some cadet campaigns for specific airlines as well, but I suppose 80% of what we do is looking at experienced pilots. That's where the real shortage is at the moment, and getting yourself in with a level of flying 500 hours plus, total hours maybe of 1,500 is where you need to get. Once you get to there, all the doors open.
Thank you. And I guess this kind of ties in to this question as well. what type ratings or experience levels are currently most in demand, would you say? Probably on.
Yeah, like the workhorse of the industry is the 737 and the A320, and that's where most people start. There's probably more carriers using A320 in Europe, but when you look at the overall size of fleet, it's probably more 737s because the people who use 737s tend to have very big fleets. People with a few aircraft tend to go towards A320.
Perfect. And how would you say how do you see from your perspective the pilot recruitment market at the moment? So you've talked a bit about shortages. Would you say there's like a lot of opportunities for both experienced and aspiring pilots?
Yeah, I suppose, if you look at the projections from all the manufacturers at the moment, they're saying that we're going to have a lot of new pilots in the next couple of years. We also have a profile of a lot of pilots coming to retirement age, so there is an absolute definite need for pilots. Airlines will have their perfect candidate, and their perfect candidate is somebody who is fully trained, has a type rating, has gone to a good flight school, and ideally lives around the corner from where they're based. They know then people aren't available anymore, so now they're starting to bend the rules to get a bigger portion of what they need. And typically what we're seeing at the moment is that they're looking at non-rated positions. If they've got a strong first officer who isn't quite there in terms of command, they're very hot candidates at the moment. So moving to a new airline with pretty much a guarantee of command upgrade in 6 months is something we see a lot of.
Thank you so much. And I don't know if you can answer this, but are you working with any big airlines at the moment, or any exciting developments?
I suppose we're working with through Nobox, but we're working with the likes of AJet, Azal at the moment, and a few other ones. We recently completed the acquisition of SG Aviation, and so that's become part of the Nobox group from the 1st of February, and they work with some very exciting airlines like Flyadeal and Flynas and Sri Lankan, etc. So it's added a new dimension to our business, where the areas of the world where we were a bit light, now we have a true global situation.
Thank you so much. And just to wrap up, where can people find you? Your social media, your LinkedIn, your website?
Nobox is the name of the company, and we're very active in social media. www.nobox.ie. We're on LinkedIn, very active there as well. And the other part of our business is SG Aviation. Again, probably not as active as the Nobox, but it will be in the future.
SG Aviation.
SG Aviation.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was lovely to meet you. Thank you so much. Thank you.